I have a question. Can we just ignore Halloween this year? Like many of you, I just want Halloween to go away. This year I started seeing Halloween stuff on store shelves the first week of August, 3 months early. Now, merchandise is overwhelming. A couple of days ago, I needed to go to my local pharmacy to pick up a few things. Just to get a tube of toothpaste, I had to wade through 4 aisles of witchcraft-themed candy. Then I encountered shelf after shelf of simulated human skeletons, jack-o'-lanterns, witch costumes, and ghostly apparitions to hang from the limbs of trees in one's front yard. They used to call this place a drugstore, but now it's a dispensary, not of life-saving medications, but images of fear and death. I just want it to go away, and eventually it will, but at what cultural and spiritual price? Here's why it won't go away quickly. The National Retail Federation's analytics reveal that an expected record $12.2 billion will be spent on demonic junk this year. That's about 25% more than last year's record expenditure. But here's what's really scary. 65% of American households indulge this demonic day by purchasing Mammon's merchandise. But there's one more thing you need to know. Polls show that roughly half of Americans identify as evangelical Christians with some measure of personal faith in Jesus Christ. So if 65% of people buy Halloween satanic-themed anti-Jesus junk, a sizable portion of that percentage is born-again believers. They're the ones pushing Halloween sales higher and higher by filling their homes and their children's lives with imagery that comes from the realm of witchcraft and the occult. As the old Pogo cartoon character used to say, we have met the enemy, he is us. Halloween isn't going away. Economics will drive up the value of its recognition higher and higher, but you can do a few things to fight back. First, make your home off limits to all Halloween merchandise and no trick-or-treating with your kids. As parents of 3 daughters, that is the standard my wife and I set. Our children grew up to be college-educated, socially well-adjusted. They are personally successful and dedicated Christians. Expunging Halloween from their lives did not make them cultural pariahs. It made them spiritually aware of the lines that need to be drawn in our age, which is obsessed with all things demonic. Second, be bold and speak out about the evils of accommodating the imagery of witchcraft and the occult to Halloween, especially to your Christian friends. Now, don't be obnoxious about it, but make certain that people know you are a family that doesn't cater to anything that makes light of death, darkness, ghosts, curses, spells, conjurations, and witches or brooms. Romans 12:2 still applies today as it did 2,000 years ago. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of God. And third, start learning more about deliverance and spiritual warfare. Instead of buying witchcraft costumes for your kids to go door to door collecting candy, enroll in Bob Larson University and learn how the kingdom of evil really operates with deception and destruction. Or you can have a virtual encounter with me so I can see if you have demons that push you to make cultural compromises. And number 4, when Christians want to have a substitute harvest festival, say no thanks. Why should Christians feel the need to sacralize the season by putting Jesus' spin on accoutrements of evil which can't be sanctified? You can put a gold ring through the snout of a pig, but he's still a pig. Halloween is a day of the spiritually dead, and let the dead bury their dead. Lord Samhain, that's spelled Samhain, that's the historical druidic demon to whom this day is dedicated. He's a very real evil spirit. I've dealt with him many times. He is vile. Don't invite him into your home with Halloween insignias of evil. Better to put a plaque on your front door Halloween night with the words of Joshua 24:15. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
Your financial support and prayers make it possible for us to bring hope for the hurting and freedom to those in spiritual bondage. For the latest information regarding ministry outreaches, go to boblarson.org or call 303-980-1511.